Hello everyone. Welcome to the virtual class of Corporate Social Responsibility, popularly known as CSR. Today, I would like to discuss one of the most important part of the chapter. And in this session, I would like to cover three important aspects of this topic. First aspect, the principles of CSR. Second, the pyramid of responsibility for a corporate entity. And third, how to compute net profit for the purpose of CSR. A few guidelines are given in the Companies Act. So we will discuss about these guidelines in today's session. Let us move to the first part of our discussion. It is all about principles of corporate social responsibility, that is CSR. There are three different principles working behind implementation of CSR in Indian corporates. Let us understand all principles one by one. The first principle is principle of sustainability. It is necessary for us to remind that whatever the profit earning by a corporate house, it is not only because of their efforts. Society, the mother nature and environment sacrificing so many things, and one should not forget that the income is coming out from the sacrifice of all other concerned stakeholders. Even if companies are working with utmost efficiency, but all other factors are not going to support, it is not possible for the company to survive. So the first principle is principle of sustainability. If a company would like to sustain, they are in need of all other stakeholders. And whatever the damage that we have made to the society, to the mother nature, to the environment, we need to just pay back everything to the society, to the nature and environment in form of CSR. So, sustainability of profit requires rehabilitation of a society, nature and environment. Simply, whatever the things we have damaged in the race of earning the profit, we need to made an attempt to make it repair as maximum as possible, because we know that without availability of all other concerned stakeholder, specifically nature, environment and society, it is not possible for any organization to sustain for a longer period of time. It means if the company is working for the society, it does not mean they are working for the society. It means that they are creating such an environment where they can sustain very easily. So the first and foremost principle is principle of sustainability. The second one, principle of accountability. An organization is answerable to so many concerned stakeholders, specifically if they fail to satisfy their responsibilities. So, The second principle is all about consideration of importance of all other stakeholders, because society and environment have various components like employee, shareholders, suppliers, government, nature, investors. They contribute significantly in the success. It means if a company is thinking that whatever the success they have achieved or whatever the height in the society they have achieved, it is because of only and only their efforts. They are on the wrong track of thinking. Everybody contributes something. Maybe it is less significant or more significant. But all stakeholders, all components have contributed something in the best of the company. And for that part, the company is accountable to them. So, the corporate house is accountable to the different stakeholders of the company. They are answerable. So, to avoid this particular situation, they are paying expenditure on CSR voluntarily or compulsorily based on the rules and regulations defined under Companies Act 2013. Third and last, principle of transparency. Before so many years, I have heard a popular saying that if you donate with your right hand, don't inform to the left hand. So just keep it secret. It means if you are doing something good, don't say to anybody else. But now the time is different. We need to be very much transparent because government insists us to inform all the activities performed for corporate social responsibility for different stakeholders in terms of CSR report. And it is also necessary that all the information provided to the different stakeholders of the society should be based on true and fair view, which is applicable to the final accounts. Then, report should be prepared in such a way so as it is very easy for the stakeholders to understand the actions or activities performed by the corporate house in order to fulfill the requirements of CSR. And it is also important that the effect of these CSR activities should be measurable. So, it is compulsory for a company to present all the details related to CSR in annual reports. So, again, it is possible to present everything in terms of annual report to all the stakeholders with a transparency. So, there are three different principles. First, it is sustainability. Second, it is accountability. And third, that is transparency. After understanding all three principles of CSR, let us move to the next part of today's session. It is related to pyramid of responsibility. Pyramid of responsibility. Or you can say logical order in terms of responsibility of a corporate house. It is not compulsory that the company should follow this pyramid in the given order, but it is expected. Let us see. The base of pyramid is economic responsibility, then legal responsibility, then ethical, and last philanthropic. So if you would like to arrange these pyramid, the first is economic responsibility, second one legal responsibility, third ethical responsibility, and fourth philanthropic. As I said, it is not compulsory to fulfill these responsibilities in the given order, but it is necessary to fulfill all four factors or all four aspects of the responsibilities towards a corporate house. Let us discuss all four responsibilities in detail. The first responsibility is economic responsibility, and the second one is legal. Under economic responsibility, the company is to earn maximum profit and to provide the best return to the shareholders or other investors for a longer period of time. It is always comes first. Why? Because if you want to help someone else for a longer period of time, it is necessary for you to survive for a longer period of time first. So this responsibility is nothing more than the efforts to survive. So the first and foremost responsibility available with a corporate house is related to economic. It means if you are satisfied, if you are earning well, if you are earning more than that of your requirement, and if your all basic needs are satisfied, you can pay something out of your profit for the different stakeholders. So the first responsibility coming to the base of pyramid is economic responsibility. Second one, it is a legal responsibility. It is compulsory for each and every corporate house to follow the rules of the concerned countries. Same way, if any company is working in India, it is compulsory for the company to follow their all legal obligations, because whatever the activities are performed by you, but if you are not following the rules and regulations laid down by the concerned act, it is not possible for the company to survive for a longer period of time. So second responsibility is a legal responsibility. In India, the provisions of Companies Act 2013 is applicable, and specifically for CSR section 135 is applicable. So as far as CSR is concerned, it is a compulsory for the company to fulfill the requirements of section 135 of the Companies Act 2013. This is an example that in India these rules are applicable. Same way, a company has to follow rules and regulations of concerned countries, because the law is always supreme authority of the existence. So take care of this thing as second layer of responsibility. Third, it is ethical, and fourth, it is a philanthropic. Under ethical responsibility, we need to take care of interest of the different stakeholders of the company voluntarily, without any legal binding. It means If someone force you to do something and if you are doing, it is not ethical because it's a compulsory in nature. Here we insist corporate house to do the activities related to CSR voluntarily without any force, ethically, morally. So one should consider CSR as a moral value. We should not follow CSR as it is imposed by the government and we need to do it compulsorily. So ethical responsibility is also covered under the pyramid of responsibilities of a company. And fourth and last, philanthropic. Donation, charity, and other efforts by the company for social and community upliftment. Whenever we are earning handsome, whenever we are earning more than that of our requirement, it is our moral responsibility, it is our ethical responsibility or voluntary responsibility to uplift the other needy people. So if the company is earning or company is covered under the threshold limit given under section 135 of the Companies Act and company has to perform CSR related activities, then at a fourth stage they can think for philanthropy. Don't think that it is only donation or charity. Even in previous section, a previous lecture, I have discussed that activities related to CSR does not include only donation. So many other activities are there. So performing these kind of activity, it is necessary for a company to uplift the society economically and mentally. So this is one of the most important aspect of pyramid of the responsibility. Again, for your reference, in the pyramid of responsibility, four types of responsibilities are incorporated. First, economic responsibility. Second, legal responsibility. Third, ethical responsibility. And fourth, that is a philanthropy. After discussion of the pyramid of responsibility, let us move to the last section of this lecture. Computation of net profit for the purpose of CSR. Here, I would like to discuss a few clarifications given by the Companies Act. And one need to calculate the profit under the light of this clarification. The first clarification of CSR rules given for Indian companies. For the calculation of net profit, following items are not included. In a technical term of income tax, you can say that at the time of calculation of net profit, the items given in the list are excluded or exempted. First, dividend received from other Indian companies. It means if company X has invested amount in company Y, so company X is a shareholder of company Y. So as and when company Y is paying a dividend to the shareholders, company X is also in a receipt of certain dividend. So these amount of dividend received from other Indian companies is exempted from tax as per section 10 of the Income Tax Act. Dividend received from other Indian companies are exempted. So the income itself is exempted income. Exempted income means this income is not considered under taxable income of the company, and that is why the net profit calculation for CSR should be out of this particular range of income. So always remember, at the time of calculation of net profit for the purpose of CSR, one must not include dividend received from other Indian companies. Second, profit earned by foreign branches of the companies. Suppose company X has certain branches out of the India. Say for example, one of the branch is available in Japan, one of the branches in Germany, one of the branch in USA. So all branches located outside the India are also earning profit for the company. But remember, at the time of calculation of net profit for the CSR, one must not include profit earned by foreign branches of the companies. We need to consider profit only earned by Indian branches or the head office located in India. In short, net profit for the purpose of CSR includes profit arising out of the activities performed in India, not outside the India. So there are two different clarifications given by the government for the calculation of net profit as far as CSR is concerned for Indian companies. Same way, a few clarifications are given for foreign companies. First, CSR provisions are applicable to branch or project office of foreign company situated in India only. Let me explain the things with example. Say for example, it is company X and the headquarter of the company X is USA. Now, one of the project of this company X is located in Mumbai, right? So at the time of calculation of profit for CSR, we need not to consider the profit of a company X. We need to consider the profit earned by the Indian branch or Indian project. So here we need to calculate a profit from the Mumbai project or Mumbai branch. So the CSR provisions are applicable to branch or project office of foreign company situated in India only. Second, balance sheet and profit and loss account are to be prepared as per section 381 of the Companies Act. In Companies Act 2013, guidelines are given for the preparation of the final accounts, that is annual accounts. How to prepare the balance sheet and profit and loss account? In case of foreign companies, balance sheet and profit and loss account are to be prepared as per section 381, subsection 1 of the Companies Act. And last, computation of net profit for CSR is to be done as per section 198 of the Companies Act 2013. How to calculate net profit for the purpose of CSR? It is given in section 198 of the Companies Act 2013. How to calculate profit? It is given in section 198, and information about the CSR is given under section 135. So this is the matter of calculation of net profit for CSR is concerned. So it is explained under section 198. It is necessary to remember this section in order to answer the conceptual question in any public examination related to commerce and accountancy. Clarification as per section 135. Section 135 is applicable to the CSR. Subsection 5. First, computation of net profit for CSR is to be done as per section 198 of the Companies Act 2013. It is clearly mentioned. How to calculate a net profit for CSR? For the calculation of net profit for CSR activities concerned, guidelines are given in Companies Act 2013, and these guidelines are clearly mentioned in section 198. So the calculation of profit for CSR is based on the explanations, clarifications given in section 198. Second, the term net profit, referred to as net average profit of the 3 financial years immediately preceding to the financial year. It is important. Whenever we are using term net profit, it means net profit of not only for that year. Here net profit means average net profit of the 3 financial years immediately preceding to the financial year. It means what? Say for example, we are calculating everything for the financial year 2019-20. So, immediately preceding to 2019-20, first 2018-19, second 2017-18, and third 2016-17. So we need to consider average net profit of these 3 years. So the term net profit referred to as average net profit of the 3 financial years immediately preceding to the financial year. And third, the company should spend at least 2% of the net profit. In the act, it is given as only 2%. But for the purpose of your easy understanding and interpretation, I have written over here at least 2%. It means what? Company is required to pay 2% or more than that for the activities related to CSR. It is not necessary to pay exact 2%. It is not allowed to pay less than 2%. In case it is less than 2%, the company is required to clarify why the company is not able to incur the expenditure on CSR activities which is equal to 2% or more than 2% of the net profit. So always remember, it is not 2%. It is not maximum 2%. It is at least 2%. So the company has to pay 2% or more than 2% on CSR related activities. So this clarification is given under section 135 subsection 5 of the Companies Act 2013. I hope all of you are clear with all 3 points that we have discussed. First, principle; second, pyramid of responsibility; and third, how to calculate net profit about CS. So all these clarifications are given in section 135 of the Companies Act. Keep watching the next session. Thank you.